Okay, so I'm here to explain the Fountain of Life wave pool technology. It's really hard to find a quiet place in San Francisco. I'm living in the Tenderloin, so it's even gnarlier. But I want to get this information out there. So first off, we're going to use a donut today to illustrate the basic functions of the Fountain of Life in its ring form. And the reason I'm holding this one is because it's obvious that a lot of people are going to think that I'm nuts, and that's okay. The math, the science is all 100% correct. So anybody can research this, anybody can build these machines. They're pretty simplistic. So let's put this one that's nuts right over here for a second. Let's just use this plain donut to represent how the Fountain of Life works. So imagine this is a inner tube, okay? And the top half of the inner tube is sitting out of the water, and coming right down here would be the bottom half of an inner tube cupped, and then another, and these are concentric rings, another top of an inner tube is out here. And water can flow out from the center of this inner tube, and water can also flow from the outside of this outer inner tube. Water can flow into the channel that's right in the middle of these two rings, okay? So as water flows, just focus on the center one, forget about the outside ring for right now. As water flows up out of the center of the donut, when it flows out of the donut or the inner tube, when it's fully inflated, the water flowing evenly over the inner tube will, and into the pool of backwater that sits in this channel right here, it will create an even hydraulic jump all the way around the inner tube. Now imagine this inner tube is cut into subsections inside of the inner tube. Say 6 for right now. So you have 6 subsections. When you deflate one of the subsections, it'll form a crease in the inner tube, okay? And where that crease is, now all the water that's been flowing evenly over the inner tube will flow out that crease. And that will form a hydraulic jump, just like you see in the river, a standing wave, forcing back towards the center of the donut, right here in the channel around it. So you've now just formed a perfect river wave. And because of the shape of the inner tube, or the donut, this donut shape, and because of the shape of the crease that naturally forms in it, you're getting a pyramid-shaped hydraulic jump breaking right here. Now, when you deflate the subsection right next to the section that's currently deflated, and you inflate the subsection that's currently deflated, hold on. Okay, so you have a subsection that's deflated. All right, now we're going to inflate that subsection and deflate the subsection right next to it. And that'll move that crease over here. And you can just continue deflating and inflating and spinning that crease around the donut. And this will now cause the standing wave to turn into a traveling standing wave. Okay, this is super simplistic stuff. That will also fan out a propagating wave. If, let's say, your back pool right here, this channel just went out and evened out into, say, a reform, the spinning traveling wave will actually fan out a propagating wave. But because we have another larger donut out here, outside of this channel that surrounds it, which is basically your tail water, this water coming out of here would be your head water, breaking, coming down into the tail water where the hydraulic jump forms. But because you have this other inner tube or donut larger on the outside, concentric rings, you can flow water just like from the center here, from the outer ring in. Okay, so now you can form a hydraulic jump facing in, but you can also form a hydraulic jump facing out. So in its fully realized form, with the inflatable ring, the inflatable channel, and the inflatable outside ring, you can control the direction of the wave and the shape of the wave not only just in its form facing one way, but you can actually have a wave that's facing the interior of the ring spinning around, and you can flip that wave so it's actually facing out the exterior ring, the outer ring. Okay, so you can, not just a right and a left, but you could literally have a wave that's peeling like this and just have it flip around and peel like this. Now, saying that this is cut into 6 subsections, that's just based off the basic seed of life format and sacred geometry. But what you want to do in its fully realized form is the interior of the inner tube is modeled after what's called vortex math. And Marco Rodin created a numerical sequence for the outer skin of the torus, okay? So if you see the way this is marked out, you would have this just follow through the whole interior of the tube. And by inflating and deflating these sections from the inside of your inner tube and the inside of your channel and the inside of your outer inner tube, it gives you the ability to control any shape of wave in real time perfectly, from flat to a totally symmetrical perfect barrel. Okay, now this type of mathematics is found everywhere in the world, this type of geometry, but it's Marco Rodin and vortex math that is the one who gave this torus its what you would call its skin, mapped it out. Here's an example of a tube torus, and let's say those little arrows are the water flowing outside of it, okay? So in relation to what I'm showing you with the donut. And the important thing that you want to do, and this is not giving it a crease, but it's giving it spin, okay? The most important things in the universe, the most important thing right here, just remember this, is fall. You need the gravity, you need the water to fall, and then you need spin, angular momentum, if you're talking about atoms. One thing that you'll hear me talk about when you read the article is the concept of 369, okay? And quantum physics is proving what Nikola Tesla already spoke about, and that's how space-time actually emerges out of an informational state that is non-material. Okay, so this state gives rise to atoms, and the atoms give rise to the material world, and it's controlled by our consciousness. So what you find here by making waves with a donut is that we're tapping into much higher realms of information. So the fountain of life wave pool technology, which is the superlative wave pool technology, I'm illustrating with a plain donut sitting in a donut shop on Golden Gate Street in the Tenderloin of San Francisco right now, today on May 11th, 2019, is without question the most advanced wave pool technology on Earth, and it's flawless, and it works. And it works in all types of iterations. You don't need to have the malleable, undulating bed form. You can do this with rigid bed forms. It's not going to be as expansive. It's not going to be the full technology, but within this technology you find all types of standing waves, traveling standing waves, and all different types of ways to make them, okay? And they all are fractions that are all derivatives of the whole. But in essence, what I'm explaining to you with the single inner donut, the channel, and the outer donut, and how you can force the water back into itself with the crease, and you can have multiple creases in here. You can move water in all types of directions and get tons of shapes in that channel. Yeah, this is the wave technology of the future. Believe it or not, even if you think I'm nuts, it wouldn't take very many people in their backyard testing this shit out to prove me 100% right. So thank you to River Break and Landlocked Surfing for publishing my work, and to everybody out there who is thinking outside the box, who understands that Nikola Tesla is actually the greatest mind we've ever known, not Edison and not Einstein, and that study the non-material and you will go much farther in our material world. And that is what this technology arises from, quantum realm. So thank you. Aloha.